Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. La Liga Matchday 6 at the Estadio Municipal Carlos Tartier. We have Real Oviedo, the newly promoted side, hosting FC Barcelona. With the game ending 3-1, went to the Blaugranas. So let's talk about it. We'll start off with both teams starting lineup. We have with Real Oviedo with goalkeeper Escadel, Eric Bailly, the former United and Villarreal centre back, paired with Carmo, El Hassane, and Ahijado for the two fullbacks. Then Donka, the former Wolves player, and Reina with Chaira and Ilyas Charia and Hassan on the wings, with Cazorla as the false nine position, the Arsenal legend, and Solomon Rondon, the Venezuelan striker. Barca, same formation with 4-2-3-1 under Flake, with Joan Garcia at the goalkeeper position, with Eric Garcia on the right, Jean Martin on the left, with Kubarsi and our captain Araujo on the centre back positions. Pedri in the holding midfield with Mark Casado, with Daniel Mo in the starting position ahead of Fermin, who's injured. And then Rafinha on the right and Rashford on the left end. Ferran back in the starting lineup again. I would say regarding the game itself, I'd say it's a mostly one-sided game, like the majority of Barcelona games, tight games and everything. I'd say the first around 5 minutes, they've done well in pressing us non-stop, getting the ball, getting the crossing in, pressing us deep into our own halves, into the box. But after about 5 to 6 minutes, we've taken control of the game, and it proves after Rashford had a volley from inside the box after a dribble from Rafinha on the right hand side, saved by the goalkeeper. And after that, we also after we played, I'd say a pretty well game, though a little bit of under pressure by them. Oviedo is the one who scored. They're the one who scored first due to a mistake from John Garcia, the goalkeeper, and I don't blame him for him. I'm sure certain fan base would blame him. I don't think he should be blamed due to the fact that he's still following the instruction of how we play under Hansi Flick, while the goalkeeper has to sweep for the ball whenever the ball goes past the defense, right, the last line of the defense. You can see the ball goes high, and he goes and intercepted the ball before the player gets to him, and the play was going to be onside. And as he touched the ball, the ball bounced far from him. He continues to make his run. As he continues to make his run, he dribbled past someone, because after that he made a mistake in the pass, and then gives it away, and then for Reina just shot it from around 40-45 meters out. And due to that, we concede early in the 33rd minute. And other than that, nothing much happened in the first half. It's just us pressuring them. Second half, we make changes with Frenkie and Casado. I'll talk about that more briefly. And then in the 56th minute, after so much pressure from us, we finally scored a goal after of a corner, and then the ball bobs around. In the end, he reaches to Araujo on the left hand side. He crosses it in. Ball goes to Ferran. Ferran shoots the ball, and deflected by the save from the goalkeeper. And the ball bobbles into the far post. And then Eric Garcia was there in the right place and right time to tap it into goal. And right after that, we make some few changes again, and then Lewandowski goes in for Rafinha. And then after that, Lewandowski, around 5 to 6 minutes right after he got substituted, a perfectly placed cross in from Frenkie, and then Lewandowski with a very well aimed header into the corner of the top of the corner of the goal, and off the bar in from Lewandowski to give us the lead. And then in the 88th minute, from a corner with Rashford on the right hand side, after swapping from the left to the right hand side, with Ferran going to the left hand side, Rashford goes for the corner, and as he crosses in, Araujo winning the duel in the air, and gives us the 3-1 win into the game. And so as we talk about each individual performances regarding the team or the play, like Real Oviedo side, nothing much really to talk about. I'd say the main thing, two players that I'd like to talk about is the goalkeeper and the left back. With the goalkeeper made so many crucial saves and blocks in the first half early on to before they scored the first goal, and right after that, on the left back position, I'd say he did pretty well in controlling Rafinha. Though Rafinha still made so many breakthroughs through him, he still did pretty well. I'd say their best performer in the team, right? By the goalkeeper, for example. So regarding us Barcelona, for Joan Garcia, I think I'd say he's very good. Has had very good performance, especially there was a one save, point blank save, and he made it perfectly. But other than the mistake, nothing much that notable to talk about. Regarding his mistakes, I don't believe he is to blame for it fully, because he's still following the instruction from the tactic from the manager, right? Because some would say, "Oh, why not clear it from the first try after when the ball was coming to him?" It's risky because the ball was still in the air. If you miss that first swing of the foot, the ball will be going through you and then on goal with nobody in goal, right? So he had to take the touch first, because the attacker was very close to him. And then some could argue as well that, oh, why didn't he clear after he made his first touch? If number one, he was under pressure, that's why he had to dribble. And he dribbled past the player, because if he had kicked it and then, for example, let's say he goes for throw-in, and then he is so high and away from the goal in the penalty box that if they get a throw-in early, again, it'll be an empty goal. Thirdly, that if let's say he kicked it and then it goes like he got deflected into the defender and then goes to a free man, right? So then he dribbled, and it's still the right thing to do. And then after that, he made the pass. The attempt was the pass to Casado, and for me, there was nothing wrong with the pass itself. It's just like the attempt itself. Like the idea is okay, right? Casado was there. It's just because he used his weak foot, and it's still not the best when it comes to it's not good enough regarding using his foot yet. Using his feet. So because of that, he made a misplaced pass, and then boom. Reina just have an empty goal to shoot from afar. Regarding Eric Garcia, I would even say that he is very much close, basically our man of the match. Though again, my personal opinion differ, but he was performing amazingly, and in my opinion, Eric is really pushing himself into the starting lineup with his performances, and again for his versatility when it comes to playing center back, left back, right back, and recently we've been trying him at left back. I think this is the third time he's been put there after substitution, and for me, I mean, I'm not gonna say he's good or bad yet, because not a lot have I seen in him in the left back position, but his performances, with the way he just making seeing some passes, no look passes, yes, disguised passes and movement as well, and again his work rate when it comes to going back in transition. Again, I mean, nothing much to say. If someone is really good, I mean, sometimes you switch just right. Then regarding Martin, I'd say he's had a poor game in my opinion, based on the stat he has set for himself in the past few games. I mean, not the worst thing ever, but he made some small mini mistakes that is unnecessary, like not being able to control the ball, for example. And then I'd say I'd call it a poor performance. Regarding the two center halves, Araujo and Kubarsi, very great performance for them, especially on the ball. Araujo, you can see is a lot of improvements and a lot of calm and precision, and no unnecessary long balls again. And he's I guess he's more how do you call it? He's calmer under pressure. That's the main thing that he has when he has the ball. He's like he picks the player to pass the ball well and everything. They're going defensively, but both very well. Especially Araujo against Solomon Rondon. When it comes to the physicality, and then he also thankfully has learned from his mistakes, using his hands less more and just fixing more of his position. And he's actually now leading the offside trap, which is again very good to see from him. Kubasi again, I'd say a good performance. Nothing much to say, nothing notable enough to say. Not negative nor good about his performances. Regarding Pedri, he's my man of the match in my opinion because it's the same concept that if you with Busquets, that if you watch the game you don't see Busquets, if you watch Busquets you see the whole game. That concept applies also to Pedri because you watch Pedri and how much he controls the game is everything goes through him, which is again it is scary that whenever he's not around it's so much different, especially we substituted him out around what was it around 91st minute, and in that 2-3 minutes I feel like we're not in control, right? And yeah, it's like chaotic basically. People looking for someone, and that someone is Pedri, but he's not on the pitch, right? But yeah, it's like you can see the notable differences when he's on the pitch and he's off the pitch. It's just, I guess, you have no words to say. He's just that good, right? And people start to see it nowadays. Casado, in my opinion, he's had a poor performance as well based on his standards because maybe it's much fitness because he even in the first 20 minutes he even lost the ball recklessly. It's like sleeping on the ball, not knowing that, not realizing that there's someone behind him who can pickpocket him. 3 times he got pickpocketed in the first half, in the first 20 minutes actually, and then it's just I don't know how to explain it. Maybe a little bit of spoil because of Saint and Frankie, but I mean Casado is still good enough, right? But I'd say pretty poor performance based on to his standards. Regarding Daniel Olmo, from my opinion, nothing good nor bad from his performances. His main thing to notice is just his link up play. It's just he's back to his usual self again. Regarding Rafinha, he looks like because since the Ballon d'Or situation, he looks like he's like very much eager to show himself, but he's very much occupied on the right hand side because of lack of movement from the middle. Because obviously regarding Fermin, he moves around so much that he leaves space in the middle, especially Fermin going to the striker position most of the time, right? And regarding Rafinha, but yeah, I'd say not a poor performance, but an okay performance in general, in my opinion. And even in the an hour on ish that he played last night. And Rashford, I'd say he's had a very good game, because you can say again he's starting to understand that it's not about sprinting, it's about running. Early on, around 20-25 minutes, even 30 minutes in the game, you can see a lot of like he's trying to insist a certain movement, certain attack, and then he, I guess, rushes into a decision and then loses the ball so many times. But after that, throughout the game, his understanding has become more clearer, and he becomes more patient. His movement, finding the space that is being left behind by Ferran also is good. Drifting centrally so that there's space more for Jean Martin, and his link up plays also is become better. So I'm happy with his performances. Regarding Ferran, great performance. Nothing much to say. He's my number 9, and I said that in the start of the season that I want him to be my number 9. And I mean, yeah, his movement, his especially when it comes to dropping deep to have the one-touch passes that Barcelona can advance through the middle is amazing. Hold up play is also improving as well. It's just that finishing that last night sadly we didn't get from him. But other than that, it's good performance from him. We got Lewandowski. First of all, we had Frankie de Jong at halftime replacing Casado, and obviously it was obvious that from the first half Casado did not play well, and Hansi Flick saw that. That's why he made the change so early right at halftime before the halftime kickoff starts. And I mean the usual, Frankie finally we got control of the games early on, and then about 10 to 15, 10, 11 minutes later we scored our first goal, right? Due to so much pressure and having the ball a lot with Frankie and Pedri in the middle. Then after that, I'd say a very good performance, especially with the assist for Lewandowski's goal. Great cross from him. So much space that he had though. And then regarding the next one is Lewandowski for Rafinha. Lewandowski, again, you can see how much presence he has in the pitch when he enters, how much Eric Bailly was struggling at the start with Ferran, but then with Lewandowski, it's just the physicality. Ferran is just about the speed and tenacity when it comes to moving up and down. But Lewandowski, he stays up. But when he has the ball, it's a struggle for defenders to get the ball off him because of his hold-up play. So yeah, very happy to have him as our backup, in my opinion. And I mean, super performance from him, right? And what changed the game basically because of that goal. We were leading, and then we were more comfortable in the game. And then our next change is 73rd minute for Jules Koundé for Jean Martin. Obviously, instantly also saw the poor performance from Jean Martin, and Jules Koundé was brought on. And then Eric Garcia moves to the left back position, and Jules Koundé. He did a good performance when he enters the pitch. Then after that, we have Christensen and Mark Bernal coming on in the 91st minute. Christensen for Rashford, and then Mark Bernal for Pedri. Pedri and Bernal it's flag for like position formations, and I mean, it was like 2-3 minutes, nothing really a lot to see yet. Obviously, I'm happy with what Flick is doing with Bernal, because that's exactly what he did in last season with Gavi when he recovered from his ACL injury. He gave him about 2, 3, 5 minutes, 6 minutes in the game, every single game, and then after maybe around November, December, he gave him maybe like about 8 minutes, maybe 10, 12 minutes, so that by the end of the season, you can see that he's comfortable playing in about 20, 30 minutes, right? And then after that, you can think about starting in some lower matches, maybe the Copa del Rey, and some comfortable circumstance in the league. Then regarding Christensen, he was playing as a defensive midfielder, even though he was in place for Rashford, because I can't remember what was the formation that we had. I think we had Daniel Olmo on the left, Ferran on the right, and then Lewandowski in the central position. And then we have Christensen, Frenkie, and Bernal in the middle. And then the four, the obvious one with Eric, Jules, Aram, and Kubarsi. There was a slight worry when Araujo, after a block, he stayed down, but it looks like he'll be fine. And yeah, and that's basically my review of the performance for each player in the game last night against Real Oviedo. Couldn't make the video for the game against Getafe, nor the game against, what was it, the game that we played before that. I can't remember, even the Madrid one for Espanyol, and then the Ballon d'Or as well. I couldn't make it. So all those previous games I couldn't make it because I was busy with something. So yeah, other than that, nothing much to say. My man of the match is already stated that it's Pedri. Regarding the other player, maybe I'd give it to the goalkeeper. What's his name? Escandel. And then regarding my takeaways, it looks like Eric is trying to push himself into the starting lineup with his performances. And then you can also one of my takeaway is also that Barcelona, we don't play as high of a line as we had last season. Maybe to the fact that obviously we don't have Inigo Martinez, but also the fact that I think we are understanding that that we are so open at the back last season, so not as high as halfway line, for example, but still high enough to still catch teams off guard. Our next game will be Real Sociedad at home, and the last time we played against them, we won 4-0 at home as well. And at home, I don't know where we're gonna play. Are we gonna play in Montjuic? Are we gonna play in Johan Cruyff Stadium Cruyff, or maybe in Nou Camp? I don't know, but we'll see, inshallah. So yeah, other than that, if there's nothing else to say, if you have any thoughts about my review, inshallah, I'll see you in the comments. And assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.